What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Herb. We back with it. EDG Acoustics. We got another video for y'all. So this is part 2 to the first video we put out. This is downtown LA. The original video you saw us install the clouds, the star clouds, and now you're gonna be seeing us put all of the acoustics on the wall. So there's different ways to treat a room. You can do panels. We do panels, and then we also go ahead and, like, if the client wants the whole room or the whole wall covered, we'll do a system called fabric mates. It's easier to cover large areas without having terrible seams and stuff like that. So as you can see right now, my dad is putting the insulation in for the fabric mates, and we're gonna cover all the insulation up with fabric. Now what I'm doing is I'm cutting and applying the tracking system so we can put the fabric into these tracks. Sometimes it can get a little detailed, a little complicated. Like you can see at the top right corner where I'm doing this track. It's like an awkward angle, but all you got to do is just take your time, make sure all of the tracks match up with each other, and if you got an expert expert doing it that can do the fabric, then it should work out good. So right now we got the whole bottom half covered in fabric. It's looking pretty good, man. This wall, usually when you do squares like this, it doesn't take a lot. It's not too time consuming. It's not too crazy because you can keep the fabric long and in one piece. But when you get to designs and all kind of angles and stuff, it gets a little more complicated. Fabric mates, they have a bunch of different ways to install the fabric on the walls. A lot of their clients are like movie theaters and all kind of stuff, so as you can imagine, they have a bunch of different systems. We usually go with the 1-inch system because our Owens Corning 703 insulation is 1 inch thick, so literally it'll match up perfectly with the tracks. And then when you wrap the fabric over, there's no play, there's nothing. It's flush, and you can feel the insulation.
Ooh, swerve, keep it going.
As you can see, it gets pretty technical. I'm doing a lot of little cuts right here. They actually mounted the TV mount on the wall before we got there. And usually we like to do it after so we can work around our tracks and not work around the stuff that's on the wall, but sometimes that's just how it is. Now you see me tracking up the second half of the room. This is the opposite wall. And like I said, it doesn't get any easier than long squares because all you have to do is cut the fabric to the length of the square. So let's say that wall is 12 feet, 15 feet, whatever it is. We know that all we have to do is measure out 12 feet of fabric, cut it, and it'll fit that specific square once we put insulation in. So you can see it's starting to come together, tightening the fabric up. Basically once you get all of the corners and you just get the fabric up there, it's a lot easier to see and gauge some of the things you might not be too confident about. So ideally, this top area that we doing right now, as far as the fabric, ideally it would have been one long piece, like how the bottom is, but the TV mount was already on the wall, so we had to work around it. But it's nothing but a little couple extra cuts and a couple extra angles that, I mean, we've been doing it for a while, so it's not too hard for us.
Ooh, swerve, keep it going.
So as you can see right there, I don't know if you could tell, but he stuffed the fabric into the tracks and there was a little excess and he just cut it off and then, stuffed it a little more, and it looks perfect. And once you get started, once you get rolling and you get the first square, then you get the second one, and then you start going, it starts to look a lot better and feel a lot better while you're doing it. It's looking like one of the main detailed areas of our fabric mason. This job is done. Going around the TV mount was pretty, it was pretty intricate. So I think once we finished that, everything kind of rolled through. So now you can see we doing the bottom panel. Again, my dad is very, very good with the details and stuff like that. So he's working on that corner with that AC unit right there. So now you see I tracked up that back wall. All the insulation is already in. It looks like it's maybe a box and a half of insulation per wall. And now we go ahead and about to get that fabric in there, man, and make it look right.
Ooh, swerve, keep it going.
This is the finished look, man. I want to say they've got about 1,800 stars in the ceiling, twinkling, working perfectly. All the outlets are extended. It's looking really good, man. All the details are on point. This corner was, from if you can tell from the video, this corner was crazy, but I think it came out really dope. It came out perfect. That we got that first wall, now we got this second wall, the whole wall filled with fabric. A lot of the walls were uneven, but it came out pretty dope, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I also wanted to say thank you for the continued support, all the likes, comments, sharing the video, recommendations to people that might want to do this. Thank you. Please continue. We really appreciate it. Also, follow us on Instagram too for daily updates.